names over there. And then you now want to put the subject. Let's say in this case, when you want funzi, or you can choose to say the employees, hospital, but in this case, because for everybody else to understand, to wake shule, and kwa shule kuna subject kama mathematics. Then kuna chemistry. Then kuna English. I will just pick some few. Sorry about that. Then kuna, I work with this. So tunaweza andika names hapa, but of course, in interest of time, allow me to copy so that we move faster. Copy names. You can copy this. At your own free time, you can build that. Control C is copy. And then bring it from here. Yes. Any question? Maybe someone has not seen how I copied the names. Penye nimeweka hizo ni majina hapo. Yeah. Any question? Okay, so let's say this person, there is a possible points for this subject. Yes, Odipo.
Yesterday, you showed how to maybe you wrote names in one column and the others in two. Two columns. So you how to
Anybody can hear you? Sorry, Odipo, you are breaking.
Merge them. I don't know. I can't remember. You just do it now, so that. Yeah.
Can you come over here? Yes, Paul. Paul Suma.
Yes, what Odipo, what I'm trying to understand from Odipo's question is, it's like yesterday what you did, the names were like somehow merged in one column. So he's asking, how did you come with the two columns? Thank you.
Okay. It's called justify. And justify is a formula. Okay. Sasa, let's just build from scratch so that I get your point. Let's get started from scratch. So, yes, I get the point. Yesterday, for those who are here, sometimes you can type the names in one cell, like the first name or the second name, but then later on you change your mind and say, oh, I need to separate them so that you name with one name, the first name in one cell, the second name in the second cell. But then you've already typed them in one cell. So that is the thing you are asking, right? So how to divide the names. But in this case, they are separate, first name, second name. So you wanted to see how I arrived to have them in the second name, I mean, in two columns in this case. So let's just go ahead and, I'll later. Let's build names. Let's say Abbas Kassan. Next is yeah, I'm just typing random name. Then so yeah, we can work with how many names are these? Just a few names. Let me add 2 more. Yes, these are the names. I think you can work with this. You can see I click in this cell, but here in the formula cell, it shows 2 names. Then, but you need to have them so that Abbas remains in one cell and Kasani remains in the, he goes to another cell. But then if you see column B here, there's nothing here, but we need to move the second names to this column. So the formula, I mean, the thing you are asking is, first, you need to make sure that where you need to move the second names, there is another free column, like here. So that you now come and select these names, select the cell, I mean the column with the names only. I hope we are together there. Please, someone to mute your screen, mute your mic. Yeah, okay. Sorry for that. So we continue. Yeah, I select this, and then I need to come here to data. You come to the ribbon here. This is called ribbon, the top thing, where the home, insert, payload. You come to the data, and then you see this here, text to column. You click this, text to column. Then it brings it pops in a little box. And then in this box, it shows the limited or the fixed width. If you choose the fixed width, it shows that these names are fixed. And there are some characters that are fixed, but you can see fields aligned on columns with spaces in each. But then in this case, some names might have commas. So if you want for efficiency, you choose the limited. You are not limiting the text you want to separate. So it means that you delimit that it's not limited, but this fixed one means it is fixed only for a certain specific concept, let's say spaces, comma, and all that. So we choose the limited, and once we click next, you can watch here in this box down here. And then we choose our text is separated by space. You can see here in the ribbon, Abbas, then dash, not dash, space, Kasani. So the space, you click the space, whatever is separating your text, you click that. So in this case, it is a space. You see already here it's separate from the down box. Then once you finish, you click finish, you can see you already have. Yeah, so there were 2 names here, but now we have them separate. Now, because we have names here, we can say this is first name. Second.
Thank you, I got it.
Sorry?
I got it, thank you.
And if you want to, like this one here, I realized I typed wrongly and I need to edit it. So I press F2. it's true. Now it shows that thing. Or I just come here and correct it. Yeah. Then enter. Yeah. So the first name you select that. You want to make them, look like a bold thing. So you choose the bold. And then something here. You can see these names are kind of running into each other. You need to, mathematics is a long name, but you can clearly read it very well here. But in the cell, it's running into the other cell. What you have to do is, it's either you double click, or you see, you come to the top of the column. Once it shows that sign, the plus sign or the cross sign, then you double click. Sure. Or all we can do is select these names, then go to home. You can see the orientation here. This thing, the head is slanting. You can choose that little box. It says we need to move our text upward or vertical or horizontal. So in this case, we rotate it up. So it either looks like this, or we can have it look upward like that. So you can just play around with it. See, let's go with that. This one now gives us a little comfort with our text. So we can now drag it to tighten the columns. Yes. So from here now, let's say in this box, each subject has a capped percentage. Mathematics, we can say the total, like the maximum marks any student can get is 80 or 100, it depends. But we can just choose random capped here. So we can say here, possible. Possible score, total score. So we can enter that. You can see again it's running into another cell. It's running, but we need to clean that. So you drag here to make that, provide that space. Yeah, so you can see we have it now separate. You can control B to bold that. Control or right click, make it bold. Okay, select that. Okay, so my laptop is misbehaving. So the thing is, for mathematics, we'll say it's 80. We capped it at 80. We can copy that 80. Sorry, I need to refresh that. It's 80. Then chemistry, we can also say it's 80. English, we can say it's 70. For biology, we can say 100. Okay, so what we need to come up here is we need to guess, or maybe determine this about this student, the score of each student. So I will just need, I'll write random numbers because, of course, to save time, let's say this scored 30, and the other scored 45, this scored 79, Not 6. 16. Yeah, correct. Then for chemistry, and let's say the from and let's say 67. So, you know, Zoom warning me that the session will end in the next 10 minutes because I've not paid for it. Quickly, we can look at it and see. Six, 7. Then again, we can say 6, 7, because we have here 70. So we're going to have it lower. For instance, 4, 60, 69. Okay, let's score 70. Then 6, 66, 55. Then for the last subject, we can say these guys really performed for 90. Okay, so quickly, we have this here. We need to get the percentile of this subject. We copy this, the next step here, Control V, so that we get the percentile. We need to get the percentage of the performance of a bus regarding each subject. So we come and click and say equal to this score of mathematics divided by the total score, and log the total score by pressing F4, because we need actually to log the column, the C, this column here, the row, not the column. So we put the $ before the 3, and for your information, each cell has a name. It's named against the column and the row. So for example, where we are imputing the formula here, this is column H row 5, which means it's called H5. So what we are dividing here is the score of 30 divided by the total 80. We will do the same, repeat with all the score from other students, but then referencing 80. So instead of putting 80 all the time, we need to lock it so that Excel automatically picks it to apply to the rest of the cells. So what we'll do is we lock the row because this 80 is in row 3. But then because we're going to drag the formula, this is column C, column D, we will apply the same thing, column D. So the columns will be changing. That's why we don't want to lock the columns. So in this case, I lock that's why I put the $ before 3. So when I press enter, it brings this. It brings this value, but we need the percentage. So the percentage, we come here and apply the percentage. So it's called 38%. We drag this down. Can drag this down, control, drag this down, control D to affect the same thing. You can see this person performed 100% because he got all the marks, 80 out of 80. So that's 100%. We select this and then drag to the rest to affect the other subjects and control R. to affect the other subject. I don't know whether I moved quickly or someone left behind. Please. Any question, Zelda? Okay, I'll continue. So continue sharing. Well, we have the percentage of all the subjects. So we need to, we need to arrange this in a way that it's easy to spot who performed higher than who got the above average. So we select this, let's say, then we come to home, then we come to conditional format, click here, then come to icons. For me, I like the traffic thing. It shows you, so the red light shows you are in danger, you have not really performed. The green light says at least you performed above average. Or we can just pick, you can experiment with other symbols. You can choose these. You can choose the network thing, the network pass. But let's choose this one here. As you can see, the black thing associated with 30 because 30 is below 80 and the pass mark is 40. Or you can see who performed 40. Those of 45, at least they're in red, which means they almost failed, but they are on the safe side. The yellow ones, they're above average. Those in green, they performed really good. So this one, so we apply the same thing to the other subjects. Come on, the conditional icon, then select this. Again, okay, so someone can see the hashtag thing, or maybe sometimes you are preparing something in Excel and brings in the hashtag thing. This means there's the column or the cell is becoming so small to contain the content in it. So what you have to do is, drag it a little bit to accommodate. You see, if we don't that's again doing the same thing to the rest. We can select that, then go to the home conditional formatting, select icon, then pick that. You can see. So you finish that. I don't know, go faster. Someone was left behind. Ask questions, please. Until this point, who is left behind? Odipo, Gubezi? Yes, Aluda. Okay. Aluda? Yes, Aluda.
Edwin.
Okay, Odipo, go on.
Yes, I was left behind at putting the percentage after writing the formula is equals to C4, then C4 there, that formula, putting that percentage.
This formula here.
To go about, yes.
Okay, we can, let me just delete this, clear content, and we'll start again. So what happens is, this is mathematics. You can see the column of mathematics, and I need to get the percentage of mathematics for all the students. These are the number of the students, and this is the score per each subject. So we are dealing with this column. So we need to get the percentage of each student against mathematics. And once we get that, we will affect the same criteria to other subjects. So that is the best thing about Excel. You find something, a solution, and then after you found that solution, you drag that thing to affect so that you don't need to repeat that again. So what we'll have to do here is this is because we are in mathematics, and this is the column here, because I need to make it, on the same line with this. So I come to mathematics, I put, so Excel is sensitive. When you want to put the formula, you always